Ang ang ano lang namin, pang-passion, huwag nilang pababayaan ang kanilang katawan kasi ang mga chef, very passionate siya sa pagluluto. Kasi once in their creativity and mindset is very passionate. Kaya minsan, di nila nakakalimutan nilang mag-break, nakakalimutan nilang kumain, minsan nakakalimutan nilang yung pamilya dahil sa trabaho. Kaya yun ang tinuturo namin ni Alex na you must have balance of life. Ang trabaho nandyan lang, pero ang family, mahirap magkapasira.
Paano ka nagsimula sa pagluluto sa culinary world? Kailan mo po na-realize na yung passionate ka sa dito sa mga pagluluto? Is it baking o pastry ba?
Pastry, yeah. Nagsimula ito noong year 1980s. Dati, isa akong waiter sa Central Park Sheraton Hotel, Manila. Then, I go to, after 1981-82, I moved to Manila Peninsula as a waiter. Then, at the Manila Pen, nangailangan sila ng kitchen hand. Kasi parang katulong, parang stewarding. Pumunta ako ngayon doon, nag-apply ako. Natanggap naman. Then, during 1983-84, merong chance na mag-apply sa Brunei. Nagtrabaho ako sa Sultan of Brunei, sa palasyo. Nagsimula lang ako ng kitchen hand. At pagkatapos kasi nung panahon na yun, independence day ng Brunei. Kaya magulo sila, maraming kailangan na chef. Nung araw na yan, ang chef, kulang sila. Tapos nung naghugas ako ng mga ng mga pinagtrabaho, tinawag niya ako ng dating executive chef ng pastry. Tinawag ako at pinatulong ako. Hindi ko alam na meron din pala akong talent sa pagdedekorasyon. Yun, doon na nag-umpisa at tinraining ako sa palasyo. Sa totoo lang, wala akong formal education ng pagluluto. From uwi lang sa parang on-job training. And from the start of kitchen hand to cook 1, to cook 2, hanggang maging commie 3, commie 4, hanggang naging chef de partie. And then 1991, we migrate here in Australia. Yeah. Kasi ang nagmamanage ng palasyo ay Hyatt Management, Hyatt Hotel. So on that time, my wife and her sister asked us to migrate here. So I grabbed the opportunity to go here. So I go back home just for one day to pick up my family to migrate here to Australia. Since nagtrabaho ko sa mga different hotels here in Melbourne. From the Regent Hotel is now a Sofitel. Then I go to Le Cordon Bleu in Myers. Before we have a cake shop in Myers before. The name is Le Cordon Bleu. Then after that, I moved to Crown Casino for 4 years. Then my formerly boss in Le Cordon Bleu recruit me to go to Sheraton. Now it's a Langham Hotel. Then as his assistant executive pastry chef. And then on that time, he transferred to the other hotels. So I took his position as a executive pastry chef. And then
Mm.
after that, I will, 2014, I retired because of stress. Yeah, because in the culinary industry, it's very stressful job, Yeah.
Oh, okay. So being a head pastry chef dun sa Langham Hotel, ano
Yeah.
yung pinaka memorable experience mo doon at challenges?
During the every year we have on that time we have master chefs, master class. All the chefs around the world is gathered here to show up to do the master class. Yeah, that's one of the prestigious event that I do, especially on different culinary techniques. Yeah, and also of course the Christmas time, all the decorations, and all the holidays. Yeah, and the challenging is the the balance for your family and work is very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, tama po kayo
Yeah.
diyan. So sa dami mong experience, Romel, sa being sa kitchen, meron po ba kayong naging mentor or moment na talagang na-inspire sa iyo, nag-inspire sa inyo?
Yeah, the one in my former pastry chef in Brunei. He keep on contacting me to mentoring me what is the new trend, the new modern trend for the culinary pastry, So until 2014, I said I cannot do it anymore. I can retire. Yeah. So then after that, maybe another year, I switched my career. I've been a landscaper and gardener. Yeah.
So talagang magkaiba from
Okay
chef
ba?
to
Oh.
to
Yeah.
gardener.
It's, it's more this different, but in the big scale. It's like you're doing a big cake, big cakes. But your imagination and your creativity is still there.
Yes, yes, tama kayo. So, pag-usapin natin itong Filipino Chef Association of Victoria. Paano niyo
Yeah.
nabuo ito? Ano yung vision ninyo para sa Filipino chef dito sa Australia?
Ganito yan. During my doing landscaping and gardening, I still have a passion in cooking. And, once a chef is always a chef, And then during the pandemic time, so many restaurants are opening, Filipino restaurants. So I visiting them and taste their food and promoting them. And then I'm looking for a Filipino chefs to uplift their food and their presentations. So on the time I met Alex C. He's a business mentor, but doesn't know about cooking. So together, we founded the Filipino Chef Association of Victoria. They call it, in short, FCAB. And then our vision and mission is to have to promote the Filipino food along the restaurants, and mentoring the Filipino chefs, especially their mental health and the balance of life for the family. Yeah.
Wow, magandang mission po pala itong Filipino Chef Association of Victoria.
You know,
So
ang kasi sa hospitality industry and shipping, very stressful. You have so many challenges. If you're not strong enough, you will you will be full. But like what happened to me, that been have a mental stress and mental breakdown. So during my experience, I want to share it to the young chef. So to tell them that you must have a balance of life.
thank you so much. Napag-usapan na rin natin itong mga young Filipino chef na namamigrate dito sa Australia. Ano po ba yung pinaka-advice ninyo para sa kanila na gustong sumunod sa naging yapak mo bilang chef?
Ang ano lang namin, pang passion, huwag nilang pababayaan ang kailang katawan kasi ang mga chef, very passionate siya sa pagluluto. Kasi once in their creativity and mindset is very passionate. Kaya minsan, di nila nakakalimutan nilang mag-break, nakakalimutan nilang kumain, minsan nakakalimutan nilang yung pamilya dahil lang sa trabaho. Kaya yun ang tinuturo namin ni Alex na you must have balance of life. Ang trabaho nandyan lang, pero ang family, mahirap magkapasira.
Tama yan. Very well said. Chef Romel, sa tingin mo, paano natin mapapalakas yung presence ng Filipino cuisine natin dito sa Australia food scene? Mukhang ano yung sa tingin nyo, paano natin mapopromote lalo itong Filipino food natin?
Ang kailangan lang kasi we have a connection of all the chefs and collaboration between all the chefs. We can learn something. We can exchange some knowledge, some menu, some how to elaborate, how to uplift the Filipino food. That's one thing we emphasize, that in the Filipino Chef Association, avoid competing each other. And the important thing is connect, collaborate, and from that, we can grow. Like during my time here during the 90s, walang mga restaurant na Filipino restaurant na tumatagal because they clashing each other. They competing each other. They say, mas magandang luto ko sa'yo, mas maganda. As of now, that's what me and Alex are trying to elaborate, that we must have a connection, collaboration, and avoid inggitan.
Tama yan. Nadadala pa rin natin yung ugaling talagang Pinoy.
Hindi natin maiwasan yan. Siguro, pag tagal-tagal ng panahon, pag yung mga bagong generation, maayos din yun. Kaya, katulad ng ibang mga chef natin ngayon, tinuturuan yung mga bagong chef na bata. Kasi from generation, may papasa natin ang mga ating kinagaling lutong Pilipino. Kunyari, paganda ng paganda, di ba? Pa-modern na pa-modern. Ayan.
Tama ka dyan. So, aside from busy ka sa mga non-profit organization, dating chef ka na naging, marami ka pa mga leadership, like Night of Rizal, leadership as well. Isa ka rin sa admin ng Pinoys in Melbourne.
Tama.
Ngayon.
Kasi nagpapasalamat din ako kay yung founder ng Pinoys in Melbourne, si Edward Diaz. Kung di mo ba na-meet si Edward Diaz?
Ay, hindi pa. Paano po nakakatulong itong Pinoy in Melbourne community sa mga bagong migrant dito?
Kasi yung Pinoy in Melbourne is a big platform that we all some contribute. Some are asking where to, for example, if you have a good immigration lawyer, there's people will recommend names. If you are looking for a good landscaper, good electrician, it's like advertising but helping each other, connecting each other. Nagsimula yan nung tinatag ni Edward, yung dati silang Pinoy, wala pa ako sa kanila noon. Nagtinatag na nila yung Pinoy in Melbourne. Tapos, during ang pandemic, tinutulungan nila mga international student. Yan ang primary platform na lahat ng mga organization doon nagpupunta para makatulong sa mga nangangailangan, especially the international student during the pandemic time.
Thank you so much, Vet. My last question, alam mo, with everything you have been achieved, what is next for Romel? May dream project po ba kayong gustong gawin?
Ang gusto ko lang na pangarap ko lang na tayo mga Pilipino na magkaisa lang. We can unite kahit sa mga pagkakataon na sa pangangailangan ng mga tao, ng mga serbisyo. Huwag na natin mas magaling ako sa iyo, mas mahusay ako, kailangan ang husay at talento kailangan sinashare para kita mo ibang mga lahi may maunlad sila dapat kasi nagtutulungan sila. Yun lang ang one dream ko one day, that we are be together in one.
Romel, ano po, so sa mga listener po natin tsaka sa mga nanonood ngayon, kung may gustong kumausap sa iyo dahil isa ka ring community leader, paano po sila ma-contact nyo o kumontak sa inyo?
Through the Facebook to Messenger. Marami na rin nagme-message sa akin, nagtatanong kung ano. Tapos, pinapasa ko sa right people. Kasi hindi naman tayo dalubhasa. True connection din.
Okay. Maraming salamat po sa oras.
Pag-anyaya sa akin.
Maraming salamat. Siya po
Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you. So,